Hi guys, back for a video. This is the second time I've tried to record this. Last time my phone ran out of storage and the video cut out halfway through. So I'm going to try and keep it brief, or as brief as I can. Basically this is my Grateful Dead collection. This is for Stavros, Spinning Greek, who asked me to shoot him a list of what Grateful Dead stuff I had, but I thought let's make a video instead. It'll be much more fun. And also for Mark, Glass Orchid Aftermath, who's always been one of my favourite VC members, and I'm delighted that he's back, because without him I probably wouldn't be into the Grateful Dead. So we'll start with this. This is first UK pressing of their first album. I've shown this relatively recently. It's the gold label. Gold label version. So yeah, delighted to have this. Probably one of my favourite Grateful Dead albums as well. Next up, something that I picked up, which is signed Grateful Dead in a sleeve, signed by Bill Krautsman, Jerry Garcia and Robert Weir, or Bobby Weir as it's signed, which I keep with that. It's too late in a sleeve to be for that first album, but that's where I keep it anyway. This is Anthems of the Sun. This again is first UK press with the laminated sleeve. Another great album. Live Dead. Again, this is the first UK press with the orange labels. It doesn't have the poster, unfortunately. I'd like to get the poster. But it's a great live album, this one. Generally with bands I try and collect UK pressings. Obviously if there's something that was only available in the US or whatever, then I'd definitely try and pick it up. Working Man's Dead. This is the UK one with the upside down rear sleeve. Again, this is the first UK pressing with the matte sleeve and the orange. The orange Warner Brothers label. Again, another great album. Aoxomoxoa. This was actually VCLT from Fred Big Star in Australia, who I know everyone's bound to know. I think it's is it an Australian pressing? Is it a UK? Can't remember actually. But yeah, I'd like to get a UK first pressing of that as well. It's one of the few early albums that I don't have. My rather beat up copy of American Beauty. This is a later kind of 70s press, with the white Warner Brothers labels, but it was one of the first Grateful Dead things I ever got. But yeah, definitely need to get a better version than this. Grateful Dead, Europe 72 with the sticker. This is a triple live album with its original price tag on it. There we go, specially priced 3-record set. This isn't in the greatest of conditions, but it's a great album. Volume 2 was actually released on, I don't think it was a record store day, I think it was maybe a Black Friday that I don't have, that I would like to get as well, but they're always so expensive. One of my personal favourites, Terrapin Station. The whole of side 2 of this, the kind of Terrapin Suite, Terrapin Station bit is brilliant, especially when the kind of chorus, I mean like not the chorus of the song, but the backing vocalists, for want of a better word, kick in is brilliant. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking that one out. Best of the Grateful Dead. Again, this is a later pressing. These are some of the later ones. I don't listen to these as much. I bought a job lot of Grateful Dead stuff when I first got into them, and some of these were amongst it. So I don't know, honestly, I don't know these albums as well. This one is Built to Last, from '89. In the Dark. Again, this is a late one. This is '87. This one's from. This one I actually listened to the other night. Dead Set. And this is a great live album. From 2 live dates, you can see from New York, there's Brooklyn Bridge, and San Francisco with the Golden Gate Bridge. But yeah, that was good. I enjoyed listening to that. Shakedown Street. Again, this is a later one. 78. It's not as late as I thought, actually. Grateful Dead Go to Heaven from 1980. Some Grateful Dead related ones. New Riders of the Purple Sage. This is their first album, I think. Yeah. This is a reissue, I think, on Edsel, which is like a kind of budget, I think CBS maybe. Jerry Garcia, this is Reflections, but basically has the whole of the Grateful Dead as backing band. I haven't listened to this for a long time actually, so maybe I have to spin that again. I'll put that there. I think this is a US pressing. Jerry Garcia, Cats Under the Stars. It's got the cutout there. Robert Hunter's Tiger Rose. Bobby Weir's Ace. And Dylan and the Dead. Again, this is a later reissue, I think, on CBS. I've always thought that's a cool photo there on the inner sleeve. Then we get on to some of the other things that I've picked up. This I showed in my last video, which was the test pressing of Skull and Roses, which I was delighted to pick up, really cheap. And then we get on to the record store day stuff. So this was the ridiculously overpriced version of Dark Star, a single 12-inch, but it was like 40 quid, which is ludicrous. But like I said, it was basically a birthday present. So this year's record store day release, which was fantastic. Really good to hear some of that early stuff played live. This was the one from last year, maybe Houston, Texas, or a couple of years ago. Another great live concert. This one, which I think of all the record store day stuff, has the worst artwork. I think it's pretty terrible. But it was a pretty good listen. Another record store day release. Really good artwork on this one, I thought. Oh, this was maybe last year's one actually, wasn't it? The box set for I forgot what this was called now. Oh, at the Capitol Theatre, yeah, on 25th of April 1977. So this is a 4 LP box set, really nice. And finally, this one, which was the Grateful Dead and Branford Marsalis on to play saxophone. This was really cool. But again, really expensive. Sorry, I'm watching the highlights of the Game 5 of the Spurs Rockets at the moment. I know what the score is, so anyway, something exciting just happened. But yeah, this is great. So yeah, so that's it. That's my Grateful Dead collection. I'll have a couple of 7-inches as well, but I'm not going to go and dig them out now. But yeah, so that's it really. Plenty to keep me listening. I definitely say I prefer their earlier stuff to their later stuff, but that's not always necessarily the case. Anyway, I'd love to hear your comments, read your comments, sorry, hear your thoughts on the Grateful Dead. If you've got any suggestions of albums that I don't have, or live concerts that I don't have, or good places to track down stuff. I know Mark mentioned their DeadNet release a live cut every week, and I kind of toyed with the idea of possibly downloading those and recording them onto my old reel-to-reel tape player. I thought that might be a fun project to do once I get it up and going. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Nearly 15 minutes, plenty long enough. Hope everyone has a good weekend when it arrives, and take care.